So we talked a lot about Joe Biden's failure during the show tonight, from the nightmares in Afghanistan to the crisis at the border, and now the rejected booster shots he's been plugging for months. But cheer up, Joe. You have succeeded at one thing, turning Americans against one another. Take a look at the madness that unfolded this week.
You're vaccinated?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are? Because I already have natural immunity.
Yeah.
You're not going to follow me around in the store and point at me. It's a choice. Just leave her alone.
No, there's a store requirement and a state requirement. It's not a
mandate. Come on, shopping. You're going around to harass people.
So you're going to enforce segregation because we just told you that we're religiously exempt.
You told us you had your vaccination card.
I never told you any of that. I would never tell you that. Oh, we don't have our vaccine card, so now the kids can't eat. We can't eat. You guys are okay with that? This is the America you want to live in?
Unbelievable. Joining me now to react, Fox and Friends Weekend co-host Rachel Campos-Duffy and Seattle radio host Jason Rantz. Thank you two for being here. Rachel, are you seeing this footage? Look at this guy. Guys, can we put it back on the screen? He has his vaccine little sticker on him. He's running around being a narc, telling people what to do. Like, why?
Well, you know, when I saw this video, so many things came through my mind. First of all, this woman did exactly the right thing. She pulled out her phone and turned it on him. So here's the deal. If we don't want to be hunted in Target by weirdo hippies like this, we need to shame them. The guy in the restaurant, the African-American man and his family who were told they couldn't eat there, they did the right thing. Yeah. They stood up for the right to eat in America, and they didn't care how uncomfortable it made everybody else in the room. And I think it's time for us to stop normalizing this kind of activity in America. This is America. We are born free. Our rights come from America. They don't come from Joe Biden or the government or Fauci, and we need to start acting like it. So kudos to that man and his family, and kudos to that lady for shaming him. And you're right, it's dividing America, and it's wrong.
You know, Jason, the rules are so inconsistent. The politicians don't even follow the rules. You got Chuck Schumer, who's a super spreader, sneezing all over the place, wiping it on the podium, and then lecturing the American people what they should do. The guy doesn't even know how to cough properly.
Yeah, don't you yearn for the good old days where they used to just hate people on the basis of which president they supported? So now, obviously, what they're doing here, and this is consistent, is that they're looking for an enemy because they don't have any accomplishments to lean on. Joe Biden does not have anything that he can point to and say, this was a huge success. Look at how great of a president I am. So instead, it's all about the unvaccinated. They're the cause of all the problems. Last year, when we had 0% vaccination rate, was better off, apparently, than a time where we have 70-ish% vaccination rate. So obviously, they need to point to someone, and they don't have Donald Trump to blame for this anymore. And so now, rather than just take ownership and course correct and maybe bring this country together, which of course is what he pretended to want to do, he's now saying the small minority in this country of folks who aren't getting the vaccine, who most of them already have natural immunity because they've recovered from COVID, somehow they're the enemy. It's absurd.
It's silly. Rachel, the administration declared victory. I think it was July 4th that they said, we won. It's over. This doesn't look like victory.
No, because we have a head of the NIH who isn't based in science. I mean, this is a man who still, after all this time, refuses to acknowledge natural immunity or early treatments, who said nothing when people, were coming over the southern border without vaccines, or who, in the BLM riots, was saying, it's okay, or he didn't come out and say it was okay to congregate. I mean, even in the airplane, I just traveled on a plane today. I mean, does the virus know that I'm snacking? I mean, it's really weird. Why am I wearing the mask and then I take it off and it's okay? I mean, all of this is so silly, and I think we've just reached a point of where we just have to all say this doesn't make sense, and it's time for civil disobedience. It's time for the people who are rational and have common sense to say enough is enough. I'm not going to be ruled by these people, and I'm not going to be sucked into the beginnings of what I see is a Chinese social credit score system where if I do what the government wants me to do, then I get to participate in society and eat and travel. But if I don't, then I can't. That's wrong. That's not America.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Businesses want to do that. Go for it. I don't have to go there. I just don't have to do it anymore. Yeah. Thanks, Rachel. Thanks, Jason.